What's up, YouTube? Protech here, back with another Is He Cheating replay. Player in question here is the Barcode. So he's going for an expansion with a Reaper. So the first thing that I saw in this replay was when his Reaper comes out. Oh, I have to go back and show you. So here's his Reaper. He grabs it, right? And then he issues an A move right here. Now you saw the first one was right here. Okay, I gotta go back and catch that. So the first A move is here, which is directly on top of the Zergling, as we can see. Right? And then the second one is directly above it. And then the Lings start to go down the ramp, and then he moves it to this location, right? So I just thought that was strange. I can't say for sure whether that's cheating. That could just be a straight up coincidence. Catches my Lings. Proceeds to lose his SCV there. So if he is in fact using map hack, he's not a very like aware player, right? Like he has a hard time using his peripherals to look at the minimap. The other thing that I saw here that didn't really make sense was this play again. Okay, so remember I just showed you that he A moved on top of the Lings here. And then he's doing it again right here on the Adept Shade. He clicks in front of it, and then he A moves to the side of it, okay? And remember, this is all being done in the fog of war. So, I mean, is that just lucky? Is it just a coincidence to be able to do that twice? Not entirely sure. Couldn't tell you. But that's why I'm putting the replay out here, because I want to know your opinion. Is he cheating? But anyway, moving along, there was really only one other thing that happened in this replay that I thought was strange. Well, actually, there's two things. The first one is so he puts up the bunker here. Okay, the army gets cleaned up. He puts up the bunker. And then, so like, his bunker finishes, right? And he doesn't immediately put his Marines in the bunker. And if we look at the game state, he doesn't really have to do that. There's nothing anywhere near, close proximity of his base. But this Stalker, as it crosses the map, you'll notice this is something that I very frequently see with confirmed hackers that I've caught. As soon as that Stalker starts to get within close proximity of the base, that's when he loads his bunker Here he's loading his bunker, and see the stalker is not in vision, as you can see on the minimap there. And then he moves his Reaper to the right. Still no vision of the stalker, still no vision, still no vision. And then he moves it. And the stalker is right here. So I don't know if that's cheating, but based on the coincidences that we saw earlier, it makes me wonder. Because this is a pattern that I see with all of the confirmed cheaters that I've caught in the past. They only react and do things when things are coming in close proximity to their base. So now we have a peek into the fog, right? And that just happens to be over the lair timing and the gas timings, which is another coincidence, I suppose. And one of the arguments that you could make is that he wanted to scan. Well, if he was going to do that, if you wanted to make that argument, you have to look at the UI down here, and you have to follow his player camera to see what he selects during the pan, right? So when he does the pan, if you pay attention to the UI down here, you will see that he does not, at any point, select his command centers to potentially do a scan. So that peak doesn't make sense just in the fact that he did not do that, because what you will see, okay, when somebody peeks into the fog like this and they want to do a scan, what you're going to see is you're going to see them tap their control group for their CCs, and they'll be hovered over the fog like this, but their UI will look like this. And the reason that it will look like this is because they're attempting to scan. And one of the tricks, if you didn't know, when you select multiple buildings like this that have energy, you can select them, and then you can hover your mouse over them to see where the energy is at. If you're a good player, you know that 50 energy, you need a scan. But he doesn't do this, right? So I don't really have any explanation for that, other than what the YouTube comments seem to like is coincidences, which, for the record, I don't agree with. I don't agree with these being coincidences. Now, I can't be for sure, based on all of this, whether this player is cheating, but what I can say is that it is extremely suspicious. These things just don't make sense. So that would be my question to you. What do you think? Do you think everything that we've seen so far is cheating? You tell me. But anyway, that was pretty much all I saw in this replay. Everything else looks fairly clean. But that's the thing, right? Like, it's a concept that I always talk about. You know, there are players who want to get caught, and then there are players who don't want to get caught. And so when you watch this stuff, you have to keep that in mind. Just because they do a series of things throughout the course of a replay, that doesn't immediately exonerate them from being a map hacker, right? But as far as that goes, that's all I've got. Those are the things. I pointed out the things that I thought were strange, and I have no explanation for. So you tell me. Is he cheating?